Good morning, second years. So this is just a little video just to show you kind of what we're doing from now on. So in your book, we have covered chapter 1 all the way down to chapter 20. So we've done chapter 1 to 20 in your book. We're going to skip chapters 21 to 25 because I'd rather be in school with you to teach you the accounting part, because it can be quite difficult in chapters 21 to 25 because it's calculations and accounting. It can be difficult, so we'll do that next year when we're back to school. So I'm going to move on then to the economy section. So this is chapter 26 in the book. Okay, so if you have your table of contents from your book in front of you, you'll be able to see what I'm talking about. So chapter 26 is the economy section. So it's going to talk about our economy and economics and business. Okay, so just going through the chapters. So the economics, we're going over the next few weeks, we're just going to be doing chapters about economics, okay, and our economy. Okay, so this is just an introduction to it. So what is economics? It's the study of scarce resources, so resources that will run out in order to satisfy a person's needs or wants. Okay, then we look at what a need is and what a want is. Remember, a need is something we can't live without, and a want is something that we just want as an additional desire. Okay, then you have a task work there. I think if I just look at the task work, yeah, it's just categorizing your needs and wants. So if you do that in your book, then the economic challenge. Okay, so this is all this chapter. So the resources needed to produce goods and services to meet all our needs and wants in our limited supply, our scarce economy. So the economic challenge is we're looking at what goods and services do we need to produce to meet people's needs and wants. Okay, so what will we produce? How will we produce it? And for whom will we produce it? So I'll just make this a little bit bigger. Yeah, so what are we going to produce? How are we going to produce it? And for who are we going to produce it? So in our economy, we can't produce everything at the same time. We can't make products and produce them and manufacture them all at the same time, because we know that not everybody is going to want a product. For example, if you have a pair of Nike Reacts, okay, and that's the needs and the want. That's the, let's say it's not a need, it's more of a want. So that's a want that people want. Now you're going to businesses are going to look in the economy and they're going to say, okay, people want this type of runner, so we're going to produce it. And then they might look back in 2 months' time and they might say, actually, we're not going to produce this anymore because people don't want it anymore. Okay, and with needs as well. So, like the toilet roll situation with our economy now, where people want toilet roll, that they think this is more of it's a need. We need to have toilet roll, but it's like they're producing a lot of it, like bread at the time when the snow hit us. That was a real need for people. You need food, so the economists look at the economy and see what their needs or the wants are and decide what to produce. Okay. Opportunity cost, we learned this before in first year, is an item that you do without for another item. So if you want to go to the cinema and you want to phone credit and you only have €10, you decide to go to the cinema, the opportunity cost is a phone credit. Okay. There's factors of production. So the factors that you need to produce a product. So you need land, you need labor, which is workers, you need capital, which is money, and you need enterprise. Enterprise is the entrepreneurial idea. So again, land, where the building will be. So you need land to produce a product. You need labor, you need workers, you need capital, which is money, and enterprise then, which is the idea or the entrepreneur, the person that sets it up. It goes on to explain what land is, what labor is, what capital is, and what enterprise is. Okay, then economics is split up into two sections. So we'll see when we're doing these chapters, it's split into two sections. The first one is macro. So macro is the big section. So it looks at decisions and economics all around the world. Okay, and then microeconomics is just looking at economics in a smaller lens. So looking at economics, let's say in Dublin, in